Benin's president was among the first to cast his vote. Patrice Talon is choosing between two parties which both support him, because opposition parties have been excluded by the Electoral Commission. We tried to ask him about this.
Concerned about the elections taking place without the opposition?
He responds with, "I'm not answering questions at this time, thank you." The lack of choice hasn't deterred Victor NOUDEDJI. He says he's ready to do his civic duty.
Personally, I'm proud to vote in this election with these two parties because they will work for us and our country will go forward.
All parties wanting to field candidates had to meet the requirements of a new electoral code passed by the National Assembly. Only two newly formed parties were given the go-ahead. Opposition parties say it's a deliberate attempt to exclude them from the process. All indications are from election observers that so far voter turnout appears to be low. And that's in huge contrast to 5 years ago when people had 20 parties to choose from. Now they have 2 to choose from. Opposition parties have asked their supporters to stay at home, and that could be one of the reasons why we're seeing such low numbers. EUGENE AZATASSOU, a member of the former President Yayi Boni's party, says this election is a travesty.
It's not an election. It's a mockery which is burying our democracy. We have managed to keep our democracy going since 1990. And it's this democracy which allowed our current president to come from exile to power.
One observer says this is setting a worrying precedent.
So after the current president, if the one who will take over, will take the lead of the country after him, does not have another ideology, he may use the same tools and prevent the opposition of that time not taking part in the election. So we are getting into a cycle of excluding some parts of the country in the electoral process.
This election represents a new chapter in the country's political history, one that may have far-reaching consequences. I'm Boateng, Aljazeera, Cotonou.